Hello and welcome to You Music Connoisseurs. My name is Emily and I like to talk about music, and today I want to talk about my favorite band. That's right, it's Rammstein. Haven't guessed. I've been a Rammstein fan since I was 15. I own t-shirts, I own vinyls, I own CDs, I own a shit ton of just random merch, like soap shaped like things and perfumes with inappropriate names. I have their logo tattooed on my calf. I'm a huge Rammstein fan. Needless to say. And today I want to talk about their album, Herzeleid, and rank the songs on this bad boy from worst to best in my personal opinion. And when I say that, I don't want to say that any of the songs are bad necessarily. I don't think they are. But some are better than others, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. It's just my opinion on the album as a whole. And before we get into that, and before I'm like, oh yeah, let's count down. No, let's talk about this image on this album, okay? Don't get me wrong, okay? A hot German guy, shirtless, oiled up, fuck yeah. But this is so awkward to me. Like, this photo just screams awkward. Like, who proved this? Because this is just awkward to me, in my opinion. Like, just feels weird. Like, hang on, let me get closer here. Like, look at that. It just seems weird to me. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. They just all look so angry about it, too. I don't know. Also, a blonde Richard is not a good Richard. I'm sorry. Anyway, so we're, like I said, we're going to be ranking the songs from worst to best in my opinion. There are 11 of them, and I'm going to give my reasoning for that. I want to say that there's no, like, necessarily any, criteria that I'm following other than just my opinion. So, yeah, let's get into it. Sit back, relax, do whatever it is you like to do, watching random videos of people talking, and let's get into this topic you might care about, but probably not. And I want to specify before we do one more thing. I don't speak German. I am trying to learn German, but it is not going great. So if I do mispronounce things, I apologize. But I did look into what the lyrics mean based on their English translations, so it's kind of a, but I am trying to learn German, so please be nice if I mispronounce things, because I'm pretty sure that's going to happen today. Anyway, so coming in last place for me is the song Weißes Fleisch. The lyrics to the song kind of tell about a man who is craving the pale skin of a young girl and basically assaults her and kills her in order to fulfill the craving. He talks about how he's sick and he's just like his father. The lyrics are very Rammstein, very grotesque and taboo and nauseating a little bit, just a little bit. And my issue isn't with that. And I also want to add that according to some websites that I've read, that Till got a letter from a victim of this type of a crime, without the killing, obviously, thanking him for it because it made her feel like she can actually talk about what happened to her, and I think that's really cool. But anyway, unrelated, but my issue also is not with the instrumental of the song. I think the instruments really mix well together on this one, and there's a very steady and good beat behind it. The issue that I take with this song is the goddamn sound effect they have. A cross between, for lack of better phrasing and lack of better words. I guess it's the same thing as fucking phrasing. Anyway, I'm going to steal some from the masterpiece that is WAP by Cardi B, and it sounds like a mix of macaroni in a pot, mixed with some like weird mouth sounds, and a wet shoe on a hard floor squeak. You know that noise? And I don't like it. I just don't. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel how I imagine people who hear the word moist feel when they don't like that word. Just uncomfortable and kind of, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of what ruins the song for me and lands it in last, is because I have to be, like, in a certain mood to want to listen to that noise. And I will say the sound effect does fit into the song in a way that is kind of neat, but it's just not my vibe for this. It makes me feel gross and kind of uncomfortable and kind of like, you know? So, yeah, that's the only issue I have with that song. Coming in at number 10 is the song Herzeleid. So we're going to be talking about the title song here. Overall, it just feels underwhelming. Allegedly, again, different website giving me information. It's based on a poem, Till Found, that's often used as wedding vows. And I think that if that's true, that's very cool that where they're mixing the wedding vows in with, the heartbreak aspect of it. And it isn't bad by any means, but it's just overly repetitive and it doesn't have anything kind of to keep it interesting, to keep you wanting to listen, like a lot of repetitive songs have. It's just not, it doesn't give what I think it needs to give for the title track. You know what I'm saying? But that's, again, just my opinion on it. In number 9, we have Das alte Lied. The lyrics for this one I do find interesting with the mentionings of we were born into this world to suffer. But the actual instrumental for me just doesn't bring anything of interest. It just is kind of repetitive. It doesn't really do much for it. And again, like I said, it's not bad by any means. It just doesn't keep me interested. Though I will absolutely admit, screaming Ishville Thicken is such a vibe. And so Till. And we love that for him. But I also want to say that adding the screaming cries of a baby really kind of is a cool idea when we're talking about a song, talking about how we're brought on this world to suffer, bringing in, a baby cry. It's kind of a neat move, in my opinion. But yeah, it's kind of just again, they're not bad songs. It's just not my favorite. Coming in at number 8, we have Asha Zu Asha. This is a song that contains a lot of religious religious imagery, obviously. And it's definitely catchy. And I don't have any issues with either of those. But, I want to start this off by saying Flocka is one of my favorite members of Rammstein. Till Richard Schneider Flocka. Paul. I love them all. I lied. I love them all. But Flocka has a special place in my heart for absolutely no reason other than he's so weird and I love it. So when Flocka goes off on those keys, do not get me wrong here, they make me feel things. Okay? And I love that for him. He's amazing at it. But in this song, it just doesn't fit right for me. It's not mixed well, in my opinion. It doesn't go with the instrumental that well. And I mean, the instrumental is great, but the keys kind of take away from that a little bit. It's so overwhelming with the keyboard in it. And again, that's no hate to anybody, and that's no hate towards Flocka, because I love him on those damn keys. But it just doesn't work well for me, in my opinion. I don't know necessarily what it is for sure, but it just doesn't mesh well, in my opinion. So, yeah. And number 7, we have Wollt ihr das Bett in Flammen sehen? I hopefully pronounced that correctly. This is the opening track of the album, and it has a very good instrumental and one that I can really bang my head to, really vibe with, really good intro to the thing. But when you take away the fact that if you just took away the fact that it was the opening song, it doesn't really offer that much. Due to the repetitiveness of the line Rammstein, the amount of times that they say their own name. I think it's a neat move when you think of it as this is the opening of the album. We want to want to rope you in and introduce ourselves and kind of our vibe right off the bat. I think that's a cool move, but once you take away the fact that it's an opener here, it kind of loses its allure for me. It just doesn't vibe the way I need it to vibe. It just doesn't offer that much when you compare it to that. Though I do like the song as a whole, and I will say it was the first one that I kind of really liked on the album. So, again, it has a special place in my heart, but it's just not the best. And speaking of repetitiveness, let's talk about Rammstein in at number 6. The self-titled song here was allegedly written about the disaster in Rammstein, Germany. And I think the song does offer a lot with some of the lyrics. I think it talks about that tragedy, but it also kind of talks about it in a way that relates with the band and how we see the band, fans do anyway. That's a personal addition to that. I don't think they were meant it that way, but whatever. I like the guitar solo. Easy to sing lyrics, great. And again, it has that repetitiveness of their name. And when you take it into the context of it being the last song on the album, yeah, the last song on the album, I think that is a very cool thing. You start the album off with introducing yourself, and you end the album off on, don't fucking forget our name, we're Rammstein, bitch. And I like that. I think it's a cool move. I feel like more bands should do that, because it's a bold move. It's a bold move, Cotton, and I think it works out in their favor here. But, it's just kind of a very repetitive, that's all it really is to me. But it is a staple in Rammstein's live performances. It's been played for so long, and I mean, it's still played at their shows. The ones I went to in 2022 and 2023, both played it. So, I mean, nothing to get bad about it, but and number 5, it's time to break the top 5. We have Der Meister. The instrumental to this song definitely amps up the lyrics in a way that I really like. And the lyrics depict, being sent to corrupt, having some big master controlling you, the whole shebang-a-bang. And I really like that. And it mixes really well together. It's very banging. And it lands at number 5 for me. So, number 4 is one of the first, biggest, well-known Rammstein songs, Du riechst so gut. It even got 2 different music videos, the first of which is not good. And it's so catchy, and I will give it that. With the lyrics detailing the using the smell to hunt someone down, kind of in a sexual way, but also kind of relating it to hunting is kind of a neat idea. And it's never sounded so good in that regard. Like, a song about that, like, it's never sounded so good, but, like, it just doesn't do it for me as much as other songs. So it just barely misses the top 3 here. But speaking of top 3, let's see the fucking podium, bitches. In number 3, we have Herzeleid. Yes, I know everybody was expecting this to be up in the top 3. I'm sure you weren't. But receiving bronze, Herzeleid combines the desperation of a man with the idea of mating season or spawning time, and goes to the depths of incest as well, which is so Rammstein. It's got a really good instrumental I enjoy, and this is a good example of the catchy repetition of using the word Herzeleid. And it was again, this is also one of the ones that I really, really enjoyed when I first started listening to the albums as a whole. So I really like it. I think it's kind of a vibe. It's great. In second place, we are reaching to the sweeter side of Rammstein with Semen. It definitely sets itself apart here. It features the soft vocals of Till rather than his hard yelling, screaming. And has a killer bass line. Ollie fucking blessed us and left everyone with shivers, and he ate and left no crumbs with this bass line. And I think the lyrics are really cool, with the loneliness of a sailor being very clear through the emotion, both in the music as a whole and the vocals of Till. The pickup during the chorus works really well. I think it's just overall a fucking bitchin' song. And if I'm wanting to feel in a more somber mood, it's definitely one that I'm going to reach for. Yeah. So, coming in first place with the gold medal, we have Herzeleid. You can say what you fucking want, okay? But this is a banger, okay? Deep vocals of Till starting off the song with a guttural, deep speaking almost. The higher pitch of the drums, the guitar matching the energy of the drums, just makes this such a peak for this album for me. I love that the lyrics are hauntingly grotesque, but they also paint this beautiful picture that's grotesque of a man mourning his wife and digging her up again to see her and, be with her in ways is really a neat concept to me. The bells they use, great, love it, amazing. And ending with a Till scream and more bells just makes this song an overall amazing one in my opinion. I think it is such a cool song from the music to the lyrics, and I absolutely love it. I didn't like this one at first, and I will say that, but listening to it more and more, I really fell in love with it, and it really keeps itself at number one for me. So yeah, that is my list of Rammstein songs, or that. Sorry, not a list of Rammstein songs. A ranking of the songs off the Rammstein album Herzeleid. It's not my favorite Rammstein album, I will say that, but it has its unique qualities of it, and I do like, I think it was a really strong debut for him. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching or listening, however you were consuming this content. Even though I'm sure it wasn't that much fun of a watch. I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, I just really like to share my opinions about shit and music, and it's kind of what I'm doing right now. I also have thoughts on pop culture and things. So, while I am working on this becoming a series with each Rammstein album and me ranking the songs, I'm also working on a different video where I deep dive my favorite show of all time and basically say why I think it's underrated and it's a masterpiece. So that I am working very hard on in my free time at work. So that should be the next video I have out, but I'm not sure if it'll be that or it will be a countdown of the album Sehnsucht. Yes, I'm going to go in order of the Rammstein studio albums. There are 8 of them. So yeah, if you liked this, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I am working on trying to make better videos. I promise. I don't have a computer right now. I need to get one, or like a laptop, or like not a laptop, a tablet with a keyboard or something. But, it is what it is right now. I want to also say that art is subjective, and you are all free to your own opinions about things. And I think that is one of the best things about art and music as a whole, is how open to interpretation it can be, and how people feel differently about different things. So yeah, I love hearing your guys' opinion on things, and if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Please be respectful about it, and when interacting with each other, be respectful about it. But yeah, I'd love to know your guys' opinion. So I hope you have an amazing day, morning, evening, night, mid-morning, mid-afternoon, slightly after lunch, but not quite into the afternoon, kind of vibe. Whatever time it is for you, wherever you are watching this, thank you so much. And remember to rock on, baby.